we've had a very, very interesting development with Dan Bilzerian. This is him with Mel Gibson. I'm part Jewish, and it didn't bother me. 12% doesn't make you a Jew. Oh, 12. So now he's one of the, no, I revoke his Jew card. No, I think he's got to hold on to it. I think, he tried to drop his Jew card and people are picking it up and they're saying, hey, Dan, you dropped this. Dan, what's going on? What's this? M. Night Shyamalan couldn't have come up with a better one? Yes. And so now Dan, I actually think this is the end for him. I do. This is the end for his America First campaign. All of the third world, actual Jew hater people that are out there that are gassing him up in the comments, well, now they're going to say, well, wait a minute. This guy's part of the problem, too. So Mayor of Arcadia, California, resigned for... I'll look at that later on. I will. And people were worried about this. And meanwhile, we have politicians actually getting charged for foreign interference. Well, the thing is that people do worry a lot about this. And would the painter let 12% slide? Would the painter have let 12% slide? Yes. Categorically, historically, the answer to that is yes. He would have. Would you guys like to see this proven? Did Hitler let people in Nazi Germany who were only 12% Jewish? You're not going to like this, guys. Truth is stranger than fiction. Get ready. Hitler himself was part Jewish. Yes. Under Nazi Germany's laws, were classified as German-blooded. They had a tier list. See, people don't understand. See, this is the advanced racism that you guys don't understand. Like, you haven't been on the internet okay, so this is the Jew tier list, okay? So let's look at this here. Full Jew. This is 100% Jew. 3 or 4 Jewish grandparents. I don't know what this word is. I can't pronounce it. I'm sure if I do, I'll get banned. First degree Jew, 2 Jewish grandparents, about 50% ancestry. Only 1 Jewish grandparent, 25% ancestry. German-blooded, 0 Jewish grandparents. So that means that categorically, if a person with 1 Jewish great-grandparent, which would be 12.5% Jewish ancestry, had no Jewish grandparents, they fell into the German-blooded category and faced no legal racial restrictions. They could hold government positions, join the military, the SS, marry Aryans without being labeled as whatever the hell this is, or Jews. Special case. Look at this here. And it was discovered, and what is this here? That Maurice had 1 Jewish great-grandfather, making him 1/8 Jewish. He had no Jewish grandparents, and this was his personal chauffeur. So I told you guys. I told you, like, that's it. Mix? Yeah, it's so fucked up. So, ironically, actually, Dan would not be considered a Jew under the painter. What a nice, understanding guy. So, yeah, there it is. And people don't... You see, if you didn't know that, you need to spend more time on the internet. You spend more time on the internet. You don't know enough, right? You don't know even close to enough. And wrong, very wrong, I can explain. I'm not going to even engage you. I'm just going to time you out without even reading anything else. I have no interest in reading your in what you're saying. I don't want to hear that. Wrong. Somebody spamming. Why do you think that I want to see somebody spamming wrong in caps lock, and then they want individual attention so they can tell me that I'm wrong? Really? Why would you think that I want that? How annoying. Think about how annoying you are. Jesus, what's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? I thought it was one drop rule, but that was for black people. That's right. So that's a different, okay, so that's a great point, okay? Is that you're thinking of the one drop rule. This is something that was introduced in America with people basically deciding what somebody's ancestry was and whether they were classified as, white or black. This is something that's different. And that's an old ass rule. It is, and that's a totally different racism level, and that's it. And I don't need to. I listen to you. Exactly, you don't. And we're talking about the Nuremberg Law. No, I'm talking about what they did themselves. So basically, in the most interesting twist of fate, Dan Bilzerian is a Jew. The gay Fed. You're really trying to make you're trying to make fan cams of Nick Fuentes? Oh no. Low IQ anti-Semitism is a Jewish rhetorical weapon? I'm not going to. I will restrain myself. But man, how do you do this? How do you do this? I don't get it. And so yes, and by the way, I tried to call this. I tried to say, this is. You know what this is like? This is like I knew I was right, but I didn't realize how right I really was. So not only is this guy a scammer, grifter, retard, idiot, but on top of that, he's also a fucking Jew. He is. He makes his entire fucking platform around hating Jews and going against Jewish supremacy, and he's a 12% Jew. What the fuck are we doing? What is going on? He's Mossad. Yes, I know. And he takes scientific facts from Hitler. Yes. Anyway, watching your meltdowns makes me respect Nick Fuentes. And then there's even more of these. Oh my God. There it is. You guys are cooking up. Bunch of fucking idiot. You're literally more Jewish than Benjamin Netanyahu. This is not true, right? There's no way this is true. There's no, he's 100%. Okay, so he's ethnically Jewish. DNA done. Okay, so, okay. He's 90. Okay, so he is, okay, so he's a real one, right? He's a pureblood. You could call him a pureblood, yes. So no, this is not true, but I had to look it up. I did. You need to check your percentage of Jewish heritage. I think that we'll see. Okay, we'll see. How about that? And what is this here? Ashkenazi Jew? Maybe. I mean, yeah, it could happen. I was thinking about looking it up on there, but I don't want to do that. And so yeah, that's it. Wait, the UAE doesn't allow Jews, but he spends half the year in Dubai or something? Does the UAE not allow Jews? I have no idea about that. Explain this, dude. Dude, everybody is on him, bro. You are Jewish. Your movement, you are Jewish. Your movement is over before it even began. You lost Leroyed. The red pill ideologue holding up the Christian cross. Okay, guys, you're Jewish. That's it. It's actually over. It's over. I can't think of a better person for this to happen to. I can't. This is amazing. I'm 16% Ashkenazi Jew. You should do the MyHeritage thing. It's very interesting. If it turns out that the thing is that I had a friend tell me, he's like, I think that you're Jewish. And I'm like, why? Just the way you act. What do you mean? What are you trying to say? What do you mean I'm doing it? This was rich. So I don't know what to say. We know. Yes, exactly. Rich told a story on his stream. Yes, it was. And so, no, and I don't know, guys. And the thing is, I started thinking about it, you know, like, I don't know. And you look at Ethan Klein's dad. I don't know what Ethan Klein's dad even looks like. I have no idea. You're a daywalker. Yes, there it is. And then we'll see what the next one. Yes, the Jewish shadow ban censorship continues. You're censoring yourself. 12% doesn't make you a Jew. Here it is. 12% doesn't make you a Jew. To your favorite low IQ Semite friends, it does. Nick Fuentes, no fucking way. No fucking way.
You are Jewish. You are Jewish. Silence. 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 Jewish. You are Jewish. You are Jewish.
Isn't it crazy how I've been vindicated about everything? You know, sometimes I think about that. I do. Sometimes I think about how many times I've been vindicated. And it's really surprising. It truly is. So when's your turn? When's the DNA test again? Listen, guys, I've already, where's the paperwork? Because we do have, okay, I can't make Jewish stereotype jokes. I can't do that yet. I have to wait until I figure it out. Okay, so this is the Jew contract, okay? Those are all of the other ones. Where is it again? Can I find it? Let me open it up again. There's so many of these. So if I am more than 2% Jew, I kiss the wall. That was the contract that was signed on 4/12/2026. That's right. My heritage headquarters in Israel? Yes, and I would do it if I was 2% Jew. I would. And the reason why is because that's my heritage at that point. It is. That's part of who I am. And I would do that. Can you bathe in the Jordan River too? Probably not. But everything, how much do you reckon you are? As far as I know, considering my grandmother supported the Nazis, probably 0. I think 0. So I'm expecting it to be 0. But who knows? Who knows? I could be wrong. And yeah, there it is. Yeah, and what is this fought for? No, it was in America. And you're screwed. Some DNA testing companies add in that genetics so people are more aligned to be empathetic towards them. So you think that, well, wait a minute. So you're telling me that if I do a DNA test and it says that I am a small percentage Jewish, that the reason why isn't actually because it's true, it's because they want to encourage a level of ethnic sympathy towards Jews? I want you guys to know that if it is discovered that I'm Jewish, I will become twice as racist as I am now. Because I'll be able to get away with it. I will be twice as racist, at least, probably more than that, probably more. But yes, twice as it's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna be making jokes, talking about it constantly. It's gonna be great. And do 2 different tests. Maybe I'll have to do that. Will you wear the colors every stream? I might have to, right? I might have to. Who knows? What if you discover you're black? Well, I already knew that, right? So it wouldn't be that big of a surprise. So yes, there you go. This main guy who also, he was insulting me. He was rude to me too. And yeah, bro, for 87% German and Jewish, not Armenian. Oh my God, there it is. And wow.
And Bilzerian, the fuck Israel guy, the it's the Jews guy, the give me a gun, I want to go exterminate Israel guy, the guy for whom I was not anti-Semitic enough, he himself, Dan Bilzerian, is Jewish. I didn't know that. I don't think anybody knew that. Somebody found a book he wrote 10 years ago where he claims in his book that he is part Jewish. He was confronted about it all day, and finally he admitted and said, well, I'm 12% Jewish. That's not really Jewish. And I'll pull up the tweet and I'll show you. This is on Twitter. This was the exchange today. So he tweeted,
Man.
Randy Fine just said he's willing to stop aid to Israel. He's obviously lying, but the pressure is getting to him. Congress has no accountability. Politicians who knowingly lie to the public, interesting, should face criminal penalties. The Jewish shadow ban censorship continues because I guess he didn't get enough engagement on that one.
Oh, right. He didn't get enough likes.
Engagement on that one.
Oh my God, how embarrassing.
Groibkor replied, "You're censoring yourself?" And he points to this book
with
written
Mel
by
Gibson,
Dan
too.
Bilzerian, where
Talk
he
about being behind enemy lines.
writes, Mel had been roasted in the media for popping off to some cop about Jews, and everyone went crazy. I'm part Jewish, and it didn't bother me. He told everyone to get fucked and made $500 million on his Passion of the Christ movie, and I respected that.
Yeah.
Kind of like when I heard Denzel Washington bought all the black guys on the set jackets and didn't get the white guys anything. I thought that was funny. I didn't even read that part. Yeah, that's hilarious. Take that, white guys. No jacket for you.
Yeah. Good
He
one.
says, I never got offended by shit like that. I could care less what your beliefs are as long as you're honest and upfront about it.
Well, how about that?
I'm part Jewish. It didn't bother me, he says.
Yeah.
So Groibkor says you're censoring yourself. Dan Bilzerian says 12% doesn't make you a Jew. Fuentes is a Sephardic Jew name, though.
Yep.
I said no fucking.
Dude. That my leash. Oh no.
I said no fucking way.
No fucking way.
Dude,
oh my
you gotta
God.
just like frame this. This is just like Hall
it's
of
amazing.
Fame.
Wow.
It's just beyond parody. Does it get better than that?
This is like.
This is the guy, his only message for 2 years
is about how bad Jews are.
It's the Jews.
Yeah,
it's the Jews. Jew. You don't. He literally texted me. He said, you didn't talk about Jews enough on Tucker and Jack Neal. I said, bro, I did talk about it with both of them. He said, yeah, but you didn't talk about it enough. I said, am I supposed to, the whole interview, every interview, the entire interview and every show is supposed to be about that? He's Jewish. The whole time, he's Jewish. And you gotta wonder, okay, so what is the big idea? Randy Fine is a Jew that wants to cut foreign aid to Israel.
The big idea is Dan wants attention and money. That's the big idea. There's no ideology behind it. Doesn't give a fuck about Palestine, doesn't care about Jews, doesn't give a fuck about Israel. Maybe he doesn't like them, right? But that's about it. The main focus, the main driving impulse here, the one thing, if you took away everything else, but you left this one thing, this is the most important activatable thing: popularity and money.
Dan Bilzerian is a Jew who wants to cut foreign aid to Israel. What even are we accomplishing here? He says, I'm deploying to Florida. We got to unseat Randy Fine by any means necessary. He's a dual citizen, and he says he wants to cut foreign aid. I don't believe him. Dude, you're Jewish, you're a triple citizen, and you want to cut foreign aid to Israel. So what actually is the difference at that point?
I mean, Randy Fine is a fat asshole, but like, I'd vote for him over Dan. I would. I don't even think it's close. It's not even remotely close. If I had to pick between the two of them, that's what I would do. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. And both anti-Semitic retards, I don't know. Who made this? Wait, is this real? Bro. Chud shot someone? I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Sorry. And I have to see it myself. But wow. So it looks like the trip to China is going really well. Well, how about that? Can you get Israel citizenship with 12% Jew?
And
that's actually
Bilzerian,
that's a really good question. Yeah. Can you get Israel? No, he can't. Okay, grandchildren of a Jew, why 12% doesn't counter. Exceptions, conversion, marriage, okay. Rare cases, all right. So yeah, no, apparently, that was a great question. Amazing question. But yeah, I didn't know. And isn't it through the mother's side? I have no idea. The Chud thing is true. It just happened live, apparently. Okay, I'll look at it in just a second. But yeah, it's good to see that the China trip is going well for them. That's amazing. And so, anyway, did Giants use... Wow. Wow. Truly the greatest minds. That's incredible, man. And, yeah. Wow. And Shepherded Jew, maybe Dan was projecting. Maybe he was.